Starting. Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. So apparently this broadcast, this hangout is on air. If I should be live on my YouTube channel. If you get a notification, please share this on Facebook or Twitter so that other people can join us. I usually do that every Friday at 12 o'clock. I'm a little 5 minutes late because I'm trying something new. I'm trying the Google Hangout Live. What I was usually doing the YouTube Live, and now this is a Google Hangout Live with my friend, Mr. Plota from Plotagraph. Bonjour, Troy.
Car seat still on the.
Hey, Serge.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you very well.
Okay, great. So let me just present you. For the people that don't know this, for a few weeks now, I've been using a new online software called Plotagraph that helps to animate photos. And I think it's amazing. It helps to grow, when I post something on my social media, I get a lot more comments and a lot more following. So that's really, really cool. But also it's great for, selling stuff like to real estate. I mean, I use it to grow my social media. I know a lot of other people is using it for like real estate photography, agency, just to attract more attention. And so it's an amazing software. It's the first time I was using a software that's completely online in the cloud. And so with us is the CEO of Plotagraph, Mr. Troy Plota himself.
All right.
So bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour. It's nice to see you.
Yes. So, well, I love the software, and if you don't have it, you will get the link below this video. You can check out the page. You also can get 10% off the license, but you will see I did many examples using the software. Now, I know a few people, one of the protests that we've had is, it's not a cheap software. It's not a cheap technology. It's about $300 per year. And, the web being the web, of course, you always have people complaining and things like this. So what is your thought on that? On why is it that expensive?
Well, first off, thanks a lot for bringing me on your show. I really appreciate it. And thanks for the opportunity to get, for me to speak with you about this. This is a professional product. We've been working on it for years, and it's in the cloud. So a lot of the processing is done in really fast servers. And there's a lot that kind of goes into it. It's a platform that's both for Mac and for Windows. Mm-hmm. So we decided our price point right now, we want to keep it in the professional realm because on our side, we get paid anywhere from $650 to $3,000 per image that we animate. So once again, the pros are absolutely loving it and not really having a problem with the price. There are some guys who are really excited about it and they want to kind of jump in. We will be offering a light version down the line, and we're working on that right now. And we hear those guys, and we really kind of want to get that out to them for sure too. But in the meantime, I really want to talk to you about, how to monetize it and like what's going on and just the price points of photography, what's been going on in the past, say 10 years. I've been a photographer for 33 years, professional photographer, 27 years. I've never had another job other than taking pictures for a living. And then we've started the software company out of, a desire to help photographers monetize their business. For example, right now, if you go onto Adobe stock, you can purchase most anything that you can imagine for $10 on a still. So the price of stocks come down, the price of photography is, pretty much an oversaturated market. So, but a 4K file, a 4K video is $200.
Yeah.
So basically you can take one still frame, animate it, and turn that $10 image into a $200 image. So there's just so many ways to monetize.
That's cool. I didn't thought about that. Yeah. So for people doing stock photography, they could take the best image, animate it, and put it back up on the stock and sell it for $200.
As a 4K file, at least that's, for Adobe's system, because video is kind of taking over. A lot of our budgets as professionals have gone to video. Even, in our realm, a lot of the guys that I work with and stuff, a lot of our jobs, half of them are either directing, working as DP, as well as shooting the stills. So video is kind of like taking a lot of our budgets. This is a way to take our stills as a lover of photography, take your images, animate them, bringing them into the category of video, have this dynamic content that's really killer, and be able to monetize it for your business. And adding that Once again, if you go up against different photographers, whether it's a wedding photographer, portrait photographer, surf photographer, you offer this to your clients, or you offer this as a bonus or as an upcharge. The $300 for the year is really very easy to make up quickly, and we don't really want to saturate the market to the point to where it becomes cheap. If this is in the hands of millions of people, animating an image is going to be, once again, drive down the cost. And right now we believe it's something special, and we're getting a lot of attention on it, so we want to keep it special for the moment.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and one other idea I had for making money with this, I have been a real estate photographer. I mean, mostly hotels, a little bit of real estate, but like 90% hotels. And if I'm not in the business anymore, I do fine art, and and tutorials. That's the only thing I do today. But I did it for 5 years, and one thing I would have done to do that is the hotels always ask me for an exterior shot, and I would use that software to animate it, and I would at the time would sell that for about $500. So one photo would pay the entire year of the software.
Yep. Another point to make too is my rep out in New York actually called me, and one of his other photographers purchased the software. His first post on Instagram got a call from a client in Miami, and they booked a job because they wanted to shoot the job and animate the job off his first post on Instagram. Now, This is a commercial photographer. I know I heard this. I was like, this is exactly why we've created this. We're super excited about it. But once again, this guy's going to go and make probably thousands and thousands, if not more, of dollars shooting this resort in Miami. And animating the images is a big portion of it, because they know the stills are just not capturing the attention a lot of times as either dynamic content or a video.
Yeah, and it's funny because oh, we have a bit of echo. But you can, it is so easy. I mean, I think you have two types of photographers, and I think the one that are protesting are people which are not making money with photography at all. I had another friend who just got hired by a real estate agency in France, I think for 25,000 euros to do cinematograph. And it's a lot of money. So if you are making money with photography, even weddings, real estates, hotels, pretty much anything, if you are making a living with things, spending $300 on something you can get back on one photo, I think it's a good deal, and I think the people which are complaining are people which do photography just, as a passion and don't want to invest into so much money because they don't have a way back to get it as a return. But even that I don't think is true, because there is a whole different aspect, is social media following. The post that I've done using your technology, and yes, just to be open, we are partners. I am getting paid. If you buy through me the software, I'm getting a commission. That's, I want to make this clear. However, I also want to make it clear that because I got about 600,000 photographers following me around the world, I get about one brand per day contacting me so that I would promote stuff. I only pick the ones that I truly use and I truly believe in. And so, yes, I do get a commission if you buy the software through me, which you can get 10% off by clicking the link under this video. And I do get a commission. It's called an affiliate. But I only pick stuff that I actually really use and that I would really choose. There's many plugins I have turned down because I'm not using them. Not because they're bad, because I don't use them. Plotagraph is something I use. I love playing around with it. Really fun.
Cool, great.
So I just want to make
it's addictive. You get rolling, you get animating the images, and when you see a still picture, you just literally want to oh my gosh, I have to animate that one.
Yeah.
I have a few examples to show you actually of some successes on social media as far as the difference in hits and engagement stuff. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I've got a few things to show you here. And good. Are we good? Can you see?
Yeah, I'm good.
Great. So this is one of our ambassador photographers, Brian Bielman. We posted one last night. And we did it. Actually, let me go ahead and click on it. I'll show your audience here. So there's this is of a wipeout in Hawaii. Brian's one of the top.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? One of the top photographers in the world, the surf photographer, has been doing it for about 40 years. But let's go ahead and show the engagement. So right now he has almost 19,000 views on this with 104 comments.
Mm-hmm.
The previous image that he posted as a still has 33 comments with 1,457 likes.
Amazing.
Isn't that, it's It's usually double to at least 5 times, up to 5 times as much engagement. Here's another one that he just posted. He just posted this one recently. So 2 comments, 583 likes. So the Plotagraphs really do the trick, and you do get so much more engagement out of it. There's another influencer. She goes by the Blonde Abroad, she purchased the software in September, and we kept reaching out to her. She has, let's see here, 297,000 followers, and we kept saying, post an image, see how it goes. Her first post, she got 435 comments with 42,000 views.
Oh, can I see it? The waterfall one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the first time she used it. She actually was in a cafe in Iceland with very little internet connection when she produced this Plotagraph. 435 comments today. And, let's say that, previous ones, 201 was after that, 149, 68, 140. So you could just see like the 435. You can see how much more engagement.
4 times more comment on that one animation. That's really impressive.
Isn't that amazing? And then we have another one of our ambassadors, Stephen Lippman. He's actually really super amazing photographer. If you get a chance to check out his work, he's really, one of the top guys in the world. We have another guy, one of our ambassadors, Poby. The front of his website, actually, if you go to poby.net, it starts off with the Plotagraph. And Poby's, big advertising shooter, and he actually has a whole entire section that's a category within his website that's dedicated to Plotagraphs. So, kind of going down the line, we just have really amazing guys who are like top notch in the world, professionals. But what I want to do is I really want to kind of get this back in the hands of guys who are really wanting to, create a career for themselves and figure out how to stand out. So I'm going to try to turn this back off here.
Okay.
Back to there.
All right.
Okay. Are you still seeing my screen?
I'm confused if it's your screen watching me. If it's no, it looks like it's cool. Oh yeah, I still think I see your screen. I'm not sure. This is
okay. Okay. Let me go ahead and see. I'm trying to see a way to turn it off, and I'm not seeing it. So.
Okay, I don't know. Well, while you are sharing your screen, why don't you do a little demo? I gave you earlier before we did this, a photo of mine. Oh no, you're back on. You found a way to turn off your screen share. Okay, here I'm going back on. All right, we'll get this situated. Perfect. Wow, yeah, that's a photo I shot. It's a long exposure photo I shot a couple of years back. I love it. It's one of my favorite in Paris because it was one of the time when you had this crazy sunset over Paris, and you're lucky to be at the right moment at the right place. So beautiful, Serge. Gorgeous shot. Thank you. Cool. So you want me to go ahead and animate it? Yes, go ahead. All right. So the first thing that you generally want to do is you want to start off kind of seeing where you want the motion to be. And in this one, it appears as though the clouds are moving from right to left, kind of coming into a swooping motion up here. What I did before our screen share here is I went ahead and I masked it out first just to have it done. Right. And I did a tutorial, which I'll give the link on how to mask. I did a whole tutorial on that, so people can see how it is. I'll put the link under the description of this Hangout. Okay, perfect. So with the automated mask tool, basically you come in here, you lay down the automated mask tool, and then you follow it up with the brush tool. And I'll go ahead and I'll erase part of the mask just so that the viewers can see here. So if I were to come in and let's say erase this part of the mask here, we could see through it. And then if I wanted to add that back, I go back to, I either push the B tool for brush, or I go to the icon there on the left, and I'm just going to kind of paint in here in this area. And so that will mask it back there. Great. Okay. And then, so from there, we would go ahead and create a feather. And generally the feather starts off at 0. So let me go ahead and start with the background here. Yeah, I find that little interface a little confusing, by the way. And I know. Okay. Anyway. Okay. The feathering I'm talking about. Well, what the feather does, if you check out the blue lines here, like on the edge of the mask, I'm going to drag the feather up
see about halfway. See the feather there? See how that blue line got a little thicker?
Mm-hmm.
What it does, it'll soften that edge. And then we go over to the foreground. And this is where you see the main part that's not moving. And we're going to just put a little feather on that too, right on the edge. So the two will kind of blend together at those points, and it gives you a really great, perfect mask that you don't see. When you create the animation, it just kind of, you know, does it perfectly in between the movement and the still part of it.
Cool. Yeah, it's just the way when we see the background, that whole, like, I think the foreground with the white is very clear as what it is, but the background is not very clear. What is the background? What is not the background?
Oh, okay. Actually, let me show you something. So let's say right now, this is a great way to show you what you've masked out properly. So if I bring this backwards, and let's go ahead, I'm going to erase again that part of the mask. And if I go over here to the feather tool, and I go to pop the feather up, it will show us right there that that spot's missing. So it kind of like gives you that engagement to know that that part of it isn't masked properly. So I'm going to go, if I come back out here and then I put my brush tool back on, I'm going to brush that back in again. Okay. And then it'll fill it back in properly. And then I go to, there we go. See how it just disappeared?
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little bit of a 3D factor. It has some 3D code in here. So if I were to come over and like, once I turn the mesh on, once we put points down, you'll be able to see kind of how it goes. You want me to go ahead and get it moving for you now too?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get it moving. Cool.
So now we're going to go over to our animation points, and we're going to go to add points, or we would hit D on our keyboard. And I'm going to start off by this middle part here, making this cloud move from right to left. So I'm going to put a point down, drag and drop. Okay. I'm going to find another cloud over here to the right, drag and drop. And I'm just going to kind of find that motion. I'm going to just kind of instinctually see these clouds and kind of go through, and just like this flowing sort of motion that these clouds are doing. And I basically, I'll follow the line of the cloud as far as where it's moving. And just kind of follow that along. So the points are down. I'm going to go ahead and press play. And as you see, it just took me a few seconds to put those points down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm amazed how fast it is.
What's that?
I'm amazed at how fast it is.
Yeah, we are too. Every time we do updates and stuff, we're just pleasantly surprised. It's really fantastic. So as we see here, everything's moving. The clouds are moving great. Those look awesome. But as you see, we haven't moved the water yet. So the water's wanting to follow the motion of the clouds.
Right.
Whenever we're going to move in that direction, we'll move. So I'm going to go ahead and pause that. And I'm going to put some what we call stabilizers down right over here by the bridge. And I'm going to continue those down. And you can
it's basically it's points, but you don't drag them to animate. They become stabilizer.
Exactly. So stabilizer are animation points that we put down, but I didn't move them at all. We just put a single point down. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit the space bar or hit the play button at the bottom. And we'll give it a few seconds here to process. As you know, if we were to do this in After Effects or try to attempt to this in Photoshop or any other combination of softwares, it would be hours and hours, if not days, of trying to attempt this.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a bit of After Effects. The rendering in After Effects takes forever, and I wouldn't even know how to do it. And I have a good base in After Effects and Photoshop. I know some very advanced people can say, oh, we can do it in Photoshop and After Effects. Right.
Right, yeah.
Yes, you can, but one, you have to be good. You have to have some time. This is like a few clicks and you're done.
Yeah, some of the easier images like clouds and waters sometimes can be, easily animated or it takes a lot of time. But what our software does is very elaborate. We could take things and just duplicate them like nothing else can. It's a lot of fun. So let's go ahead now. We put the stabilizers down and which made the water stationary. So I'm going to go ahead and press pause, and let's go ahead and put some points down. Let's move the water towards us for now.
Yeah, that's actually how it moves.
Oh, good. Okay, I figured I had a 50-50 guess here. So we'll move it towards us here. and just put some points down, maybe move them about, maybe about an inch or a quarter of an inch, not too much. Points are down. I'm going to press the play button again, and let's see what we get. Give it a few seconds to render. And once again, all of the hard work is done in the cloud. Like, we have just really fantastic servers that are super fast and do a lot of the crunching for us. So now you can see, pull it back a little bit so you can see the action coming across.
Wow, it's so fast. It's unbelievable.
So fast. I could do this image in less than 5 minutes. So
yeah, I know. It's really cool. Yeah. I wanted people to see in real time how fast it is because, well, anyway, I think it's great. Also, we decided to make a little challenge, and you made a little typo on my name. Serge is with an E, not a U.
Oh, we were okay. Sorry about that. We were talking, and I was going so fast.
It's cool. So you actually were very generous to give out 2 licenses. So how does it work?
So basically, if you go ahead and hashtag Plotasurge and with SE.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up on my screen. It's
great.
Plotasurge, Plota, which is your name, and my first name, Serge, SERG. If you use that hashtag, and so the idea is you have to put up a photo that it's got great clouds, great water, something that should flow, or it could be a portrait with a lot of hair, something that would flow. You put it up on Instagram or on Facebook using that hashtags, and within 10 days. So right now we are the what's the date today? We are the 2nd of December. So for the next 10 days, we're going to do this challenge, and we're going to look at all the photos. So 2 things: you have to put a landscape there. You have to put a landscape. Sorry, I should have shared my screen. You guys didn't see the. Let me share my screen. How do you share your screen? I'm really new at this.
Top left, I think there's a little green button with an arrow on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Your entire screen. I'm going to share my entire screen. Share. Okay. I just want to show this. Okay. Plotasurge. So the idea is this: you put up a landscape or portrait that could be animated. 2 things. One, you put up Plotasurge, and then you also put the name of one of your friend, your best friend, your wife, whoever you want. And Mr. Plota, Troy Plota, is going to give you 2 licenses, one for you and one for your friend. We're going to pick the nicest landscape, and we'll give you 2 licenses, you and your friend. How's that?
Great.
I stopped the screen sharing. And also, the other thing is you have an ambassador program, which you maybe want to talk about. Maybe a few influencers on this show might be interested.
Yeah, we have several ambassadors. Everything from, we have professional guys who are like currently shooting the HBO TV shows, Showtime, Michael Mueller, Stephen Littman, Trey Ratcliffe. We have a lot of different guys that we're working with, and we really are trying to get the word out there that this is just it's a new thing, and it's not a fad. It's really here to stay. The clients are loving it. So we're looking for ambassadors who really are kind of like on that cutting edge of technology, and they really want to kind of like bring their imagery to life. And we do have our own community that we're going to be coming out with very shortly. I'm not sure if I've totally announced that to the world yet, but maybe I'm doing it right now. But we are in beta right now. It's absolutely amazing. It feels a little bit like Instagram and a couple other social media sites combined. It's going to be all looping content. So right now we're really seeding the market for this to be like kind of the next big thing. So any questions that you have, any comments you guys have, I know that a price is a concern, but I promise you, if you're in the realm of making money with your photography and you want to stand out against other photographers, and it's a very competitive market, this is a great way of doing it. To put images both on social media, your website. We present our portfolio through iPad Pro, and the clients are just loving it.
That's cool. That's great. Yeah, I'm totally sold. I'm really sold. This is why this is the 2nd time I'm talking about it. I'm using it personally. I think it's so cool. I'm trying to find it. I'm talking to many of my friends. I've always wanted to do this in Photoshop, and I love doing time lapse. I love anything which is animated. I love video, and I tried to do it in After Effects and Photoshop. And yes, you can get some kind of result, but in no way as complex and as easy as this thing. So where can people talk to you or write to you if they want to, propose their to be an ambassador?
Instagram is actually a great place to reach me. I'm on it quite a bit, and I love kind of going back and forth and answering questions and stuff. But that's Plotagraph Pro. So at Plotagraph Pro on Instagram.
Okay.
Or Facebook is Plotagraph. That's a great place also. Twitter a little bit, not so much. I try to keep up with it, but
okay,
Instagram.
So we can just write to you on Instagram at Plotagraph Pro, and then
Yes.
you will see the message. That's cool.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on my show, on my YouTube channel. This is my first try of Google Hangout. And if you want to get the software, if you want to be rich and make a ton of money, all you have to do is click on the link under this video and use the code PhotoSearch to get 10%. I'm totally behind the software. I think it's the future, and I think you should be part of it. Voila. Thank you so much, Troy. And this is the end of this Hangout. Anything else you want to say before we stop?
No, just thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and we really appreciate comments coming in too. And any questions you guys have, let us know. We're here to help.
Yeah, and you can leave a comment. If you have a question on the software or anything, you can leave a comment on this YouTube video, and Troy will have access and will answer also some of the comments. And
I will be all over your YouTube channel. Absolutely. Comment on the YouTube channel, and I'll stand by and I'll answer any questions that anybody has and any help that we can give, and that would be great.
Yeah, and send us your best photo and win 2 licenses so you can see for yourself. I really want to see some really nice landscape that are crying to get animated.
Absolutely.
Okay, have a great weekend, Troy. Thank you for being there.
Okay, thank you, Serge. Thank you.
Okay, ciao, ciao.